Buddy Hackman, Quinn Decker, and Kingsport native Bobby Dodd rounded out the backfield. Add Hobo Thayer, Hugh Faust, and Fritz Brandt, and you've got a powerful team. Neyland knew what he had, and deserters could be shortened if the game itself got out of hand. Wade was apparently shocked by the request, but he agreed. He probably was more shocked after the opening kickoff.
McEver caught that ball on the 2-yard line, and according to my recollection, and it would take a moving picture to convince me of the contrary, he ran right down the middle of that field, 98 yards for a touchdown.
Tennessee never trailed, winning the confrontation 15-13. And from that day forward, the Volunteers would never be able to sneak up on an opponent again.
Well, I suppose the Alabama game, 28, stands out the most. Not that that was the greatest game, but that was the game that put Tennessee on the map. And naturally that would make it stand out. But a lot of games, better games than that one, I thought.
Especially when you win a big one, that gives you the confidence which you always need. And I expect that was our stepping stone.
Along with that victory, Neyland got his first win over Vandy, and it was marred only in part by a tie with Kentucky as UT finished at 9-0-1. Tennessee matched that record in 1929, again beating Alabama, and to the chagrin of the Vol faithful, tying Kentucky. McEver was named as Tennessee's first All-American, scoring what is still a school record 130 points.